Budgets rule the screen, right? Hey guys, this is XPRO from XPRO Elementor Addons. In this video, I'll show you how to easily create dual button for your website using the advanced Elementor dual button widget by XPRO. Using the advanced dual button widget, you can present two options side by side within the same category. That makes it easy for users to choose and add. This widget can be used on any kind of website, whether it's a WooCommerce platform showcasing favorite and add to bag buttons, or on streaming websites. The possibilities are endless. To use this widget, you need to buy and activate the Pro version of XPRO Elementor Addons. You can find a detailed video on our YouTube channel. So let's get started. Here you can see this awesome freelancing website featuring those eye-catchy dual buttons. You've probably noticed these buttons on countless freelancing websites, and today we're going to explore them up close to take a look at how it all came together. In the search panel, search for a dual button by XPRO. Simply drag and drop it on the desired location. Easy, right? This is the default view of the widget after you drag and drop it onto the template. In the Content tab, we've got button 1 and button 2. Let's first play with button 1. Here's where the fun begins. The very first step, enter the name for your button in the text option. I'm going to type Hire Me. Next up, we've got the link feature. It's pretty cool. Here you can link this button to another website's page simply by typing the name like About Me, selecting it, or simply copying and pasting the link. Easy, right? It's a great way to direct users to the page where they want to go. Then we have the link settings. If you like the website to open in a new window, check the box. If not, keep it simple and leave it unchecked. Then there is unfollow, which tells the search engine not to follow the link. Check on it if you don't want the search engine to follow, or leave it unchecked. In the custom attributes, you can assign some key value to perform some function like download, but since we're not going into that now, let's keep the ball rolling. Next up is the icon, where you can upload a SVG or an icon. You can select any icon from this icon library and insert it like this. Take your time to explore and select the icon that you like. Once you have selected the icon, you'll see the icon position. You can position it either after the text like this or before the text. It's totally up to you. You can adjust the space between the icon and the text with the icon spacing slide bar. Or simply type the size. Let's give it a try. You can increase and decrease the values from these small arrows. If you don't like to display any icon, just click on this None option like I did. Next is the button ID. With it, you have the power to assign a unique identifier to the button. Then simply tap this ID on any page of your website and surprise, the button magically appears. Then there is the on-click event, which is used to perform a JavaScript function. Just enter the function here like submit form, and on clicking the button, the function is performed. I am leaving it as it is. Button 1 is all set. Moving forward to the button 2. Entering the text for the button, My Services. Skipping the remaining options since I don't need them. Great, the Content tab is completed. Moving forward to the Style tab and do some fun styling. In the Styling tab, we have General, button 1 and button 2. Let's first play with the General section. The first thing we have here is Stack On. In the Stack On option, you have 3 choices. Tablet that stacks the button on top of each other for easier viewing. Mobile option does the same for the mobile. And none keeps the default layout across all devices. I am selecting none to ensure the button looks same on all devices, making navigation easy to everyone. Then the alignment, where you can align the buttons either left, center, or right. You should select what goes well with this layout. I like the center alignment. Next is width adjustment for the button. Use the slide bar or type the value like 300, 400 to customize its size. You can increase or decrease it using these arrows to get the ideal size for the ideal fit. I like the default 500 pixels for better visual balance in a design layout. Next is the space between, where you can adjust the space between the separator and the button, ensuring the buttons are well spaced for clarity and ease of use. Adjust it from the slide bar or type the value you prefer. Let's try 10, adding 5 pixels more. Nice. Okay, now you can see the separator with its options. Not a fan? No problem. Just disable it by switching it to height. You have the full freedom. Here is the text for separator. It is set to OR by default. You can change it whatever you like. For example, you could use verses instead. I'm keeping it to OR. Then we have typography. Here you can select the font for the text from this font family. There are a variety of fonts to select from, like Arial, Verdana, Times New Roman, Helvetica. You can adjust the text size from this size slide bar or typing the value. You know it, right? Now let's go for weight. As you can see, we have different weights like 400, 100, 900, 500. Next is transform, where we have uppercase, lowercase, and capitalize. Now there is style, where we have italic, normal, oblique. Italic and oblique are similar. Oblique is smoother. Next is decoration, where you have underline, overline, line through, or you can also select none. Next there is line height. Here you can adjust the height of line. And then letter spacing, where the spacing between letters can be adjusted. Next is word spacing, where you can adjust the space between words. Since it is only one word, it won't work here. You can select the color for the text from this color option of the styling tab. Like this. If you like to have a color background, then you can select from this background type option. You can either go for a solid color or select a gradient. Let's first try the solid color. Now for the gradient, selecting color 1 and now color 2 from these color options. With location slide bars, you can adjust the locations of the gradient like this. Then comes the type of gradient, in which we have linear and radial. In linear, the color flows in one direction and you can set its angle from here. And in radial, the gradient is at the center and you can adjust its position from these options. And if you're not fan of this gradient background, you can easily remove it. This tool allows us to style however we want, which is pretty cool. Now you can adjust the background size, where you can adjust the separator background like this. The next cool option is the box shadow. It enhances the appearance of elements, giving them a stylish touch. You can select the shadow color from this color option. Choose its horizontal or vertical direction like this. To control the blurriness, simply adjust the blur value. You can also adjust the shadow spread from this spread slide bar. Then there's position option. Select inset for shadow inside the edges or outline for the outer edges. Moving on to the border type, where you can select different borders from this drop down menu. No need to run to designers or spend a lot of money and time on borders. This tool has got you covered. You can increase or decrease the thickness of the border from this border width option. Select the color for the border from this border color option. You can also add a border radius. It adds a softer look to border, providing a stylish touch. You can make the edges softer with 5 pixels or 10 pixels on all sides, or fully rounded by 50 pixels or more to all sides. Customize sizes differently by unlinking it from here. It is very easy, right? You know what? I don't want a separator, so to say, link it. The general section is all set. Let's move to the button one. The first thing we have here is typography. Let's select a font for the button from this font family. I am selecting Poppins, which is one of the most commonly used fonts since it looks clean and professional. Next, adjusting the size of the button text. Let's try 20. Oh, too big. 19, 18. Yes, 18 looks perfect. In the weight, there are different options. I'll stick with normal for a balanced look, keeping the remaining settings to default. Oh, here you can see how word spacing works. You can see the difference, right? Now you have got the hang of it, right? Next up is the text shadow. With options similar to the box shadow, you can select the shadow color, control its blurriness, adjust its directions, and keeping it at default. Then there is the border type, offering various options to suit your design aesthetic. Select the one that fits best. I like the solid. Adjusting the border thickness from the border width option. And keeping it to 2 from all sides. Next is the color option for the border in the styling tab. Explore and select a color that suits your design. I like this color. Oh, it doesn't look nice, but trust the process. Then comes the border radius. You're now familiar with it, right? For softer edges, 5 or 10. For fully rounded edges, 50 or above is the answer. Want to have radius, so adding 50 pixels to all sides. Next is padding, which is the space between the content and the border. You can increase and decrease it from here. I'm keeping it at -2 from all sides. This ensures that the content is well spaced, improving the overall appearance. Now we have normal and hover options for the button. Let's first play with the normal option, that is button's default state. Here you can select the color for the text from this color option, keeping the default white color. Then is the background type. Just like the separator, they are the same solid and gradient options. Select solid color from here. Oops, not the transparent slide bar. Selecting the same color that I picked for the border. And for gradients from here, I like the solid one. Then comes the box shadow. Select the color. Adjust the horizontal and vertical directions. The blur and spread value. Position. I am keeping it to its default settings. Let's try the hover options. These colors will appear when user hover over it, indicating which button is active. Selecting the text color from this color option. And now for the background color. Let's go for black with full transparency to it. Now for gradient, keeping the solid color. Select the border color from here and let's see how it appears. Let's keep the border color to default. Now let's see. Oh, cool. Next step is the hover animation, where you can select 2D and then select an animation from here. You have multiple options to select from. If you only want background animation, then select background. It only affects the background. Oh, since the background is transparent right now, the effect isn't visible. Let's change the color temporarily to see how it works, then switch back to transparent. Now you can see what I was talking about. Again, we have plenty of options to select from. Then there's the unique option. Let's first change the background back to transparent. Now let's see the cool animations. I like this flip side animation, so keeping it. We are done with button 1. Now let's quickly customize button 2. It has the same options as button 1. You can add a style button 2 same as button 1, or opt for a different look by selecting a different font, size, or weight. I'm going to keep the same setting as button 1 and only going to make changes to the color options. Feel free to customize as you like. So let's get this done. In typography, pop-ins in the font family, size 18, weight normal, not changing anything else, keeping the text shadow to default, border type solid, border width 2 from all sides. Selecting different color for border, black it is. Border radius 50 from all sides. In padding, -2 from all sides. Now for normal, text color same, white color. Oops, I selected wrong weight and I didn't realize it until now. Sorry for that. Normal was the one I meant to select. Now back to the background color. Selecting black. Black creates a strong contrast with green. Box shadow, keeping it to default. Now for hover. In the text color, selecting black. Background color transparent. Border color default. Animation unique. In unique, selecting flip side. That's it. Let's have a look. Wow, it looks cool, right? Now you know how those dual buttons you often see on websites are designed. Keep it simple and stylish as you add them to your own site. So this is what you can do with this advanced, amazing widget by XPRO. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing videos.